Well, this is a short video to explain roughly what a GPX file is and then how to download it from the Walk site onto your device, which I'm assuming is a phone or a tablet. So everything that we're going to do has to be done on the phone or the tablet that you're going to use if you're going to take this walking. There are three stages in summary. First of all, you've got to get a viewer app onto your device. Secondly, on the device, you've got to use your browser to download the required GPX file from the walking site. And thirdly, you've got to insert that downloaded file into the viewer app that you've just loaded. Let's try and expand that a bit and explain it more fully. So we start from obtaining the GPX viewer app. This is the one I suggest. It's free and it seems to me it's pretty good. And it's certainly available on iPhone. I'm afraid if you're using Android, you might have to find something else, and you might generally have to extrapolate from what I'm saying here that applies to the iPhone. It shouldn't be greatly different, though. There's also a new version of the GPX Viewer app, GPX Viewer 2. I doubt if it's very different. It's probably better, but everything I'm illustrating here is with the first of these. So what you want to end up with is something that looks like this. It's a map, and on the map is superimposed the route that has been defined for the walk. This is a trivial short route covering a couple of streets. On the app, you will find in the top left-hand corner a little icon that lets you check how many such walks you've loaded. And in this case, we're showing 3 underneath. I'm showing this because actually the free version of the viewer only allows you to have 3. If you want a 4th one, then you have to go back and delete one of the ones you've loaded earlier. There's another icon in the top left-hand corner, which is a settings icon. And the only thing that's important, I think, here to make sure that it is set is your position. So that should be on, as shown, because you need to see where you are on the walk route that you're going to superimpose on the map. And the little green dot shows where you are, and you can check that that is where you are supposed to be if you are actually following the route. So that's the app side of the business. Now let's see what's involved in downloading the file to put in the app. Well, I'm not sure if it looks like this at the time you're doing this download, but at the moment you might find a number of walks on this site which have got GPX option written alongside them. So clicking on the one, for example, next to Chelsea will lead to a screen that looks like this, at least on an iPhone, and by clicking on download, you will ensure that the file named chelsea.gpx is downloaded into your phone. And when it is downloaded, then the invitation to open it comes. And when you click on that, you will should be shown a list of apps into which you could open it. And of course, the one to choose is the viewer app. It may not be exactly in that position. You may have to scroll along to find it. But when you do find it, click on it, and the file you've just downloaded will be loaded into the space that the viewer provides. Actually, before that happens, I think you have to click on an import button. There's probably an OK button that comes after that. And then when you go to your app and click on that top left-hand icon, you'll see that it's been added to your little store of up to 3 walks, up to 3 maps, up to 3 routes that will be available to use on the viewer. And when you do click on that, then you should see something like this. Of course, it can be expanded. You can stretch that on your phone and look more closely at the route, but that's roughly what it would look like. It doesn't show where you are at that point because at the time this was photographed, I was nowhere near the route, but it will show it if you set that your position, and then you're ready to go. So if you are using an iPhone and if you're using the Chrome browser, then you can turn this off and not listen to any more. But if you're using Safari browser, then it's a little bit different. It's not greatly different, but the first screen will look like this. You choose the file you want. You ask to have it downloaded. You will then get this screen which invites you to go to the downloads area of your phone. So you choose that, and then it will appear, and you click on it, and it should unfortunately display itself, which you really don't need to see. But the thing is to ask for it to be loaded into the viewer, and that means clicking on this little icon here. And the same thing comes up we've just been looking at, and you choose the GPS viewer, and off you go. Import, sorry, two versions of that you don't need to see. It's there. And then finally, we're back to where we were using the Chrome browser. So in summary, 3 things to do. Get yourself a GPX viewer, which you can use for any map that perhaps you yourself make, but certainly one that might be downloaded from this site. Get it onto your phone or your tablet, then download the one that you want, a GPX file from the Walk site, and insert that GPX downloaded file into your viewer app, and you're ready to go. Good luck.